Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to show you guys how I made this Boba Fett statue. So this is probably the coolest build that I've ever made. I've been really into making the Star Wars statues lately, and as you guys can see, there's a lot of detail in here. There was a lot of editing and manipulation that I had to do to the files, but I'll show you guys that in the video. And as you can see, this is probably about 8 inches tall. Boba Fett and the smoke are separate. The smoke kind of acts as a stand. Besides the smoke, the entire thing was hand painted. This was all done with different methods that I used to get the shine and colors that I wanted. Let me walk you guys through the steps that I took to build this. So the first thing I had to do was print everything off. I printed it all on my Elegoo Neptune 3 Pro in this beige filament. This color worked out well because it's a majority of what Boba Fett's suit color is, and this made this that way I don't have to prime or sand anything, I can just start painting. Starting off, I started with this olive green color for all of the green parts of the helmet. Once I had all of the green parts of the helmet done, I moved on to the body armor. After completing the torso part of the figurine, I then started to work on the cape. Then, using this darker desert yellow, I then painted the knee pads and the shoulder pads and some of the other smaller details on the helmet. After that, I then used this chocolate brown to paint the belt on the legs and also the boots. Next up, we have this gunmetal gray that I used on the guns. I then needed sort of a rustic red brownish color, so I mixed the red and the brown paints together and made this sort of rustic red looking color. The biggest thing I knew I wanted to change about this model was how the stand was. The actual model itself has him pushing off of a platform, and I wanted him to be sort of levitating in the air and have the smoke be utilized as sort of the stand. So I threw it into Mesh Mixer, cut off the platform, and bubbled up the rest of the smoke around it to make it seem sort of more natural, and used that as the stand so that way it looks like he's flying. Once I had all of the base colors down on the model and I had all of the pieces completed, the next step was working on the smoke itself. Now, because hand painting gives it such a solid look, I knew that I wanted this to have more depth and some shadows in it. I used an airbrush with some gray paint, and this gave the smoke stand a more shadowed and natural look, rather than the whole thing just being a solid gray color. Afterwards, to get the jet stream a little bit of an orange tint, I used orange airbrush paint and just painted onto the ends of the smoke. The next step was attaching all of the pieces together. I used a combination of this Gorilla Glue and this Tester's plastic glue, and these both work very well at holding the pieces together and making sure that they don't fall apart later on. I didn't want to make Boba Fett too withered, but he does have some scratches in his armor naturally. Almost every variation of him does. So just using this chrome colored pen, I just sort of dotted in some scratches and nicks to his paint and put it on the edges and just all over the armor to give it a withered look. And here is the final build. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun making this. This only took me about a week from painting it to making it, and it was a really quick build that I made. I love doing these. I'll probably be making more of these more often just because of the small detail that you can put into it without having to do a lot of sanding and priming, because nobody likes doing that. If you liked the video, drop a like, and of course consider subscribing for more builds like this. And I'll see you guys in the next video.